little bit later to do this live, but I can't wait on this one. And Tara Joyce, this one's for you. So this morning, you can read the description. I post saying that Tara Joyce is lying about my taxes. She's just flat out lying. I owe those taxes. That's why I set up the GoFundMe. I'm not lying, I'm not grifting. And so I posted that this morning. And actually, you can go read what I posted. And then I posted the link to what I posted on a post this morning on YouTube. But then this morning, Tara Joyce posted something that was so bizarre that I had to go around town and ask people because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just being overreacted to the thing. She posts saying, well, first she said, I've never emailed David Shurter. Yeah, you've never emailed me. I've never emailed you. We've never emailed each other. But the second thing is, I have never once said you have child porn on your phone. How the fuck would I know what you have or don't have on your phone?
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crime, no name. He plays the game, sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest bed. When I lay me down to die, I'm going up to the Twinkie in the, going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. I die. I'm gonna bite the snack that I love best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a Twinkie if you wanna trust. I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest, best.
All right, good morning. I'm going to play this. Let's get this started. With people that don't even know me, they're going to listen to what you say and your version of what you say without showing real facts. Is that it? Who cares about these 3 people? Who cares that 3 people in your town agreed with you, David? Out of 3 people, they were questioning you if I have child pornography on my phone. That's what they asked you this morning when you went around town. Wow, it's so sick. This is so sick, David. This is sick. And it's coming from your sick mind and your sick lies. I'm done. We're going to see each other in court, David, big time. I'm prosecuting you. I hope you understand this. I can go get a civil suit against you, and I don't even need a lawyer. It will be filed, David, against you. Trust me. You think you have problems with your house? I'm coming for you, David, legally. Okay, let's talk about what you mentioned, because I got it pulled up right here, ready to go. Oh my God. Can you hear me? Your browser has lost connection to your screen share audio. Try again. Oh, I see. Well, that's because I don't know what happened there. Let me see if I can get it again. Man. I'm just like, I just woke up. And the first thing I look at and see is David Shurter telling people I have child pornography on my phone. But here's what David really said. This is what I responded to, and then I'm going to show you the response.
Weren't even there. They weren't affected by it, and they're just trying to use it to distract from me calling them out for being involved in a child trafficking operation. And obviously, she'll use dick pictures of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit. I don't think she even realizes how weird she comes off. That was a really bizarre post. It was a really disturbing, bizarre post.
Okay, so that's yesterday. All right. He did you not hear him? I hope I have my audio's working right on that. Let me know if you didn't hear that. But I am going to go double check on my own stream for a second. So did you guys hear it? Somebody say something to me in the chat, or are you guys all just looky-loos? You just lurking on me? Is there somebody that wants to say something in my chat? I got 3 people watching. You want to say something in my chat? You want to say something? Or is it Nasty Troll Media just watching? 3 people. Is my audio working? Did it work on the stream? Did you hear it on the? Did you hear it? No? Anybody want to say anything in my chat? Oh, I guess not. Oh, I guess you don't want to say anything. You don't want to say hi? Nothing? 3 enemies show up? 3 creepers show up in my stream? You want to say, did you hear my audio on it? I can't even find where I'm at right now. Well, let me see. Oh, here. No, that's another thing I have right there. All right, let me see. Well, this is very upsetting to me today. I have called Davis Sheriff's Department about this today. David, I've called the Sheriff's Department. It's been documented. Okay, you understand that, right? I'm just gonna. I had a notification that. Okay, so you can hear me. Great. I don't think she realized how weird she is. I don't think she realizes. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to like relax here for a second. I just woke up. I have David Shurter coming on and telling people that I have child pornography on my phone. And let's go through the. Let's go through this. Let's go through this again. Yesterday, oh, you see that. Yesterday, David Shurter tells people, let me get the transcripts like just exactly right here. Yesterday, David Shurter tells people that I had dick pics of 13-year-olds because, okay, see, younger, Neil, murder, MI, sewer town. Well, I just played it. And he's telling people that, let's just go back just a little bit. Oh, this is my own. Let's go back. Okay, it's right here. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So let's just go back a beat. I'm sorry. I'm a little discombobulated. You know, when you wake up to something like this. Here's where he says it. This was yesterday. This was what he said about me yesterday. He accused me of having pictures of penises of 13-year-old kids. Okay? Let's play it.
She'll use dick pictures of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit.
She'll use dick depictions of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit. Right there. She'll use dick depictions of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit. What I said to you yesterday, by the way, I posted this last night, yesterday, at some point. I didn't post it this morning. I was sleeping until I woke up and saw your video, David. We have a time difference here. She'll use dick depictions of 13-year-olds. So I posted a response last night. Okay, let's play this out.
I don't think she even realizes how weird she comes off. I don't think she realizes how weird she comes off. That was a really bizarre post. It was a really disturbing, bizarre post.
Now, this is from yesterday. What he's talking about is, and you can see the thumbnail, David Shurter showed pictures of himself at 13 with his nephews, with the baby nephew, and then with his mom. Okay, not with his nephews, plural, but just with the baby and his mom. And if you look at and so I was like, so David was trying to convince his audience that, look at me, I was only 13 years old, and this is the 13-year-old that everybody's prosecuting, that everybody's saying molested his nephews. And David has never really wanted to take responsibility for that. So I put a quote in it. It's from the movie Magnolia, which, you know, David always wants to say, see, David, let me explain to you, David. Let me explain to you what that means. Maybe you didn't get it. Maybe people don't get it. Maybe whatever. But here's where I was thinking when I made that quote. That quote is actually originally from Exodus, but I don't know exactly what the meaning comes from the book of Exodus in the Bible. And if you watch the movie Magnolia by Paul Thomas Anderson, I really love that film, by the way. And it basically deals with child abuse, really. The crux of that film is what we're talking about. It's a wonderful movie. And one of the lines is that we may be through with the past, but the past isn't through with us. We may be through with the past, but the past isn't through with us. And a lot of characters say that in the movie. And the reason why I think that relates to David Shurter is because everything that we have, or I have researched, or I pointed out, either from David's book, where he talks about beating his puppy nearly to death, to, holding a knife at a man's neck, to the fact that he has, a restraining order. He had a restraining order in Algona, Washington, and was told to stay away from the 1.5-year-old baby that lived there. Like, all these things are in David Shurter's background. Sure, you might sit back and go, oh, well, he's a survivor. He's a satanic ritual abuse survivor. So, he's acting out. He's trying to find his way. He's trying to find redemption. But, really, I don't really see the redemption. You would think that anybody who harmed their nephews at any age, whether it be 13, 12, whatever, when you feel like you did something wrong as a child, a lot of people hold that guilt with them their entire life. Their entire life, they have trouble forgiving themselves and going on with their life, right? Or changing. But David sees zero redemption. Not only does he not see zero redemption, but he is actually harassed those children that are now adults. He's harassed them. So David's sitting there going, oh, it's really creepy that you took my picture and this, that. Well, you know what? You're a 59-year-old man now, David. And if you look at that thumbnail that I made, you will see that I wrote David Shurter at 13 years old. So I'm identifying your age and who you are. And if you look at my thumbnail, the baby's face is half cut off. So I'm not allowing the baby to really be identified in that thumbnail. I made it that way, David, on purpose to protect, even though that child, I'm sure, is a full-on grown person who is middle-aged at this point, right? I mean, if you were babysitting them at 13 and they were 1 year old, that would make them, you're 59. They're in their 40s. Let's be real here, David Shurter. And so David Shurter in this video is just going on and on and on and on and on. Blah, blah, blah. Terry Joyce did this. Terry Joyce, how weird for her to do this. Well, I'm pointing out how you're exploiting that, really, basically. You're trying to make people feel that you were somehow you are not guilty of what you've done, that you never take responsibility for, and yet you accuse everybody else. No facts, no evidence, just some bullshit that Thomas Schoenberger and his buddies emailed you in the middle of the night. You take money from Sarah Rachel Adams. You are willing to accept $5,000 from Sarah Rachel Adams to spread lies about her ex-business partner and me, saying that we were blackmailing and extorting her. You have done everything you can from every person that, is willing to pay you to harass me. You've actually, let's go down the list, David. You took information from a white nationalist and attacked Gabe Hoffman with the information off of the Kiwi Farms hate forum that has been taken down off of Cloudflare. And by the way, that's where Denise Mattow is mentioned, with all the white supremacists are praising her for her anti-Semitism. That is the deception and the filth. I'm not saying Denise is filthy. I'm saying, the ideology, the destructive ideology. You are willing to take it from anywhere. And then you throw in the Nazi stuff. You're like, oh, well, they're Nazi pedos. Well, what if everybody's a Nazi pedo and you're taking information from a white nationalist? What does that say, David? Isn't that a conflict of interest? Isn't that a conflict? I mean, anybody can see that that's a conflict of interest. So this man is willing to take trash talk from anybody who gives it to him, and he's willing to even take money for it, and yet he still can't pay for his house taxes. Where's the money going to, David? Let's play a little more of this one.
And so it's just a bizarre situation. And again, it's all this child trafficking. And whose story are they running with that thing that happened when I was 13, my sister Kathy's? But I believe that my sister Kathy was aware that Daniel Dowd and Geo Farnsworth coming into town to murder her ex-boyfriend. I think she knew about it ahead of time. I do. I think.
So you make up stuff, you throw your own sister under the bus with this delusion, this harassment that you're doing online. You're like, oh, they can't stop talking about me. Well, yeah, people are going to talk about you when you accuse them of having child pornography on their phone. Okay, so this is my response to David on my channel. Let me see. Okay, yeah. This is my response. And I posted that. You could tell that I posted the original post I made 17 hours ago. So that it, like I said, it wasn't this morning. I did not post anything this morning. I was sleeping like a normal person. I'm not up responding. And you know what? I did schedule a video to drop, a short to drop this morning that had to do with Kanye West. I did schedule that to come out at 6 a.m. in the morning, but I was in bed sleeping. You can schedule for videos to come out. They don't have to come out right when you upload them. If you're a YouTuber, you realize that. Sometimes I schedule my shorts. So that short was about Kanye, and it was a clip from my interview with Adam Camacho. So if I don't know, did David see that video come out and then look at my timeline and then read this thing that I wrote from the night before? But now he's gonna do this. Let's this. Oh wait. So this is what I wrote in response to what I just played. Because I'm commenting on his last video where he's making this big deal about how creepy it was that I have his pictures of him and his whatever, or, blah, 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 and that creepy quote. Oh, it's so creepy. You're so bizarre, blah, 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 blah. All that I don't care about. I don't care about, because I know that what I did is not illegal. It's not wrong. It's an old picture. You can tell it's old. You can tell it's a 70s picture. So it's got that 70s look to it. It's kind of like yellowed a little bit. The photo is old that you held up on the camera. And basically that picture was taken from a screenshot of you holding yourself of David holding himself in his own video, holding his picture. He showed that picture in his video. He showed it to everybody. And then, he said, but it was the part that I just played where he was saying that I had dick pics of 13 years old. So this is my response. And I didn't put the dick part in here, right? But this is what he said. This is what I said. 17 hours ago, I wrote, I have never emailed David Shurter. What he is saying is false. Also, I have never had nude pictures of 13-year-olds. I chose the word nude because I thought it was less crude than dicks. I was softening even of what he really said about me. So I said, also, I have never had nude pictures of 13-year-olds. This is slander and defamation. Where is the evidence of this? Question mark, question mark, question mark. That is exactly what I posted. So he's running around telling people, let's go back. I'm going to play this again. He's going around and telling people, he said in his town, that I said I was denying having nude pictures of 13-year-olds, and he automatically assumes it must be on my phone, which it isn't. Is the word phone in this anywhere? You added phone to this, David. You added phone to you didn't even get the time I made the post. Look, you can see 17 hours ago, not this morning. Not this morning. Last night, 6 o'clock, something like that. 41 minutes ago. Read it again. Where did I say never had child porn on my phone? I should take the word never out of there. Hold on. Where did I say I had child porn on my phone? Okay, I didn't write that well because I was upset. So let's go back. Here we go again. This is what he says this morning.
A little bit later to do this live, but I can't wait on this one. And Tara Joyce, this one's for you.
Oh, I just got notification that Becky Blazing Scar is restreaming me right now. You know what? I'm not giving you permission to use this footage, Blazing, because she's trying to be funny. You think this is funny, Blazing Scar? Do you think this is funny, Becky? You think it's funny to be slandered and lied about, Becky? You know, you are so complicit in this, Becky. Oh, you're streaming right now? You're streaming my stream, Becky. How's Liz? Huh? How's Top Feed Coco? How are you guys? What's wrong with you, Becky? I thought you were like, you did a whole, this isn't about Becky, but you're streaming me right now? You're streaming me right now. What? Because you can't come up with your own content? Is that it? You think this is funny? You think this is funny? You get a kick out of this. You get a kick out of lies by David Shurter? Is that what satisfies you, Becky? You better stop streaming me, Becky. I do not give you permission to use my footage. Do you understand? You better get off my channel, Becky. What? I cannot believe that you can just sit there and be making fun of this. You're a cruel woman. I don't think you're really right in the head either, Becky. Because what you said about Jesse's daughter on that video is disgusting. I think your mind thinks just as sick as David Shurter does. That's my opinion. I don't think it's going to change either.
So this morning, you can read the description. I post saying that Tara Joyce is lying about my taxes. She's just flat out lying. I owe those taxes. That's why I set up the GoFundMe. I'm not lying, I'm not grifting. And so I posted that this morning. And actually, you can go read what I posted. And then I posted the link to what I posted on a post this morning on YouTube. But then this morning, Tara Joyce posted something that was so bizarre that I had to go around town and ask people because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just being overreacted to the thing. She posts saying, well, first she said, I've never emailed David Shurter. Yeah, you've never emailed me. I've never emailed you. We've never emailed each other. But the second thing is, I have never once said you have child porn on your phone. How the fuck would I know what you have or don't have on your phone?
Yeah, I never said I had child porn on my phone either. I was just disputing your allegations that I had a dick pic of minors on my timeline. That's all, David. And now you've twisted it into this sick stuff. Oh, by the way, Becky, I called David Shurter's sheriff's department this morning. I've been talking to his deputy a lot. So go ahead and laugh because this is pretty serious and you think you're going to make a joke about this. Why? What is your problem with me, Becky? Huh? Why are you doing this to me? What? Why was that? I'm gonna bring this up one more thing. I want to talk to Blazin for a second. Are you still streaming me, Blazin? Are you still streaming me? Because I really want to know is that that account Anonanon that harassed me with Denise Mattow, Anonanon came into my chat when I was doing a stream and said my professor's name and that I was going to get a call at my school, at my job. And then Denise called and lied and said that I was grooming minors on the campus. Then Denise kept harassing my supervisor on her channel because she got an incident report. She got a call from the police. Then they served her a cease and desist. Oh, but you're buddies with her now. Why? You guys have been in conflict so many over the years, but now you're buddies up against me, spreading more lies about me. Complete rumors. So that account, Anonanon, you guys are all focused on it, aren't you, Becky? Telling me that it was me trolling myself, that I doxed myself. That account doxed my family members. And you sit around and you go, oh, I'm being doxxed. I don't let people be doxxed. Blah, 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 blah. But that channel around New Year's with the New Year's celebration or whatever you were doing was in your chat. That channel that Nasty Troll Media has been doing videos about and then trying to cover up that he's not involved with it. That channel that had a voodoo doll on it that Denise Mattow says she didn't make. Oh, it was probably All Seen You, blah, 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 because All Seen You had a similar drum beat. Yeah, I was kind of comparing to sounds. I'm also looking at the fabric behind that doll, trying to see if I can find the match from Denise's fabric, because a lot of the fabric does look similar to what's lying underneath that doll that she does in her quilting. You let that channel be in your channel, in your chat. I've shown the screenshot of it, Becky. It's even on my YouTube community page. And that channel, that Anonanon that harassed me with Titus Frost and the QAnon sect people and, that channel was you're friendly with it. You're allowing that channel be in your chat. And that profile tells Thomas Schoenberger, calls Thomas Schoenberger, Happy New Year, Maestro. Happy New Year, Maestro. And Thomas Schoenberger's in the chat. You guys are all together on New Year's saying shit about me. You have spent a lot of time trying to why are you obsessed with that account? When you guys make this much noise about something, it makes you look guilty because you can't stop talking about it and you can't stop gaslighting me over it, saying it's me and then calling me a Karen. You look really involved with this in a very criminal and dirty way. Becky.
Pulled that out of nowhere. And I just think that that's a weird thing to pull out of nowhere. And so I guess it begs
I didn't pull it out of nowhere, David. I was responding to your video. And if you're here late showing up, go back and look at it. He accused me of having pictures of 13-year-olds' genitals in the previous video, the day before, yesterday when I made the comment.
Question: do you have child porn on your phone?
No, I do not. And you know what? Your sheriff's department knows that you said this, David. I called them before I did this video.
Why would you just pull that?
That's how confident I know that that's not on my phone. That I can immediately call your sheriff's department and say, guess what he just said today? And you're going to say where I live out here too. Just like Becky supports a channel that doxed me. David's doxing me and saying where I live at also. Oh yeah, after there's rumors of, Sarah R. Adams giving him $5,000, the same amount of money that it is to have one of us offed. He wants to make sure he says where I live publicly. What's the purpose in that, guys? Huh?
Out of nowhere.
Are you laughing, Becky? You think this is funny? Got your cackle laugh going?
I never said, first of all, the picture that you posted of me when I was 13, I have clothes on. Tony, my nephew at 1.5 years old, he has clothes on. There are no pictures of me at 13 naked. None. So why would you bring something up like that?
Because you accused me of having pictures, David, yesterday. I am talking in response to you saying it, David.
Out of nowhere.
It wasn't out of nowhere.
Begs the question. I've asked 3 people today.
It begs the question why you're so desperate to pay your taxes that you're willing to lie publicly on your YouTube channel and tell people that I have child pornography on my phone. That's my question, David.
Around town, because I had to go out and do stuff around town. And their question is the same question as mine. Does she have child porn on her phone? Does she have pictures of naked 13-year-olds on her phone?
No. Wait, how did this happen? I asked people around town. What people? Like just random strangers? That's weird to talk to strangers and go, they're not friends, right? You didn't say, oh, I called up and asked 3 of my friends. I asked people around town. You're asking random strangers about me posting this, about that? I mean, what do you think they're going to say to you, David? How do you think that stranger feels when you ask them, you talk about me and you make up the story about what I wrote or posted? Did you grab your phone and show them the actual post, or did you just give them your version of it? I mean, these are my questions. Random people. What you just doing errands around town. Oh, by the way, I have this lady who said Blake, Blake, Blake. And then you're going to come back on your channel and use that as that because 3 random strangers that you, which I think is weird, brought this up to. And they agreed with you. And so you're going to use that as, a source, as power. That's a bandwagon. What you're doing right here, David, it's called a bandwagon logical fallacy. It's like, oh, everybody's doing this. Oh, we think this. We, like 3 people agree. 5 out of 4 doctors say, Dentyne gum. That's exactly what you're doing right here.
Because she brought it up.
You brought it up.
I mentioned nothing about it.
You did mention something about it. Just because, I got, let's just go back one more time. You did mention something about it. You did. This was yesterday. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. This is yesterday, David.
Me calling them out for being involved in a child trafficking operation. And obviously, she'll use depictions of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit. I don't think she even realizes how weird she comes off.
She'll use depictions of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit. So you're insinuating, I mean, you're not really outright saying, I had dick pics or whatever, but you're insinuating, you're saying she will do it. She won't give a shit, but it's practically saying that that's what I'm doing, right? You're correlating me showing your picture with that quote. And by the way, in the rest of the video, I blurred you guys out. And I blurred your own footage out, David. Because I was sharing your footage of you sharing the pictures. I blurred it out. Okay? Oh, take note of that, Blazin'. I blurred it out.
Child trafficking operation. And obviously, she'll use depictions of 13-year-olds.
She'll use dick depictions of 13-year-olds. That's super specific, David. Super specific. Right? So I wrote, I have never emailed David Shurter because previously in it, he accused me of emailing him with sock puppet accounts. Therefore, I'm, guilty with everybody else who did, burning house videos and everything, whatever. Okay. So I've never emailed David Shurter. What is he saying is false? Boom. First line, addressing that accusation. Also, I have never had nude pictures of 13-year-olds. I said it that way because I didn't want to say dick. All right. Then this is slander and defamation. Where is the evidence of this? So he jumps up and does what he does today. And we're going to, let's just play more of it. I haven't even watched the whole video. I've only watched like maybe 15 minutes and that was enough. That was enough. I'm horrified about what's left to listen to. David, look at this. That is the look of panic right there. Look at his eyes. He is desperate and he will say anything to keep his house. Okay, I don't know if you maybe you didn't hear that. I'm switching tabs, and so maybe I'm kind of going back and forth on it. I'm doing something different on StreamYard, and it's not working right. So sorry. Like, this isn't a planned show here, all right? So I forgive me on what's happening, and I guess I can't go back and forth like that. So let's go back a little bit. So we're only like really about 2 minutes into the video.
Naked. None. So why would you bring something up like that out of nowhere? It begs the question. I've asked 3 people today around town because I had to go out and do stuff around town. And their question is the same question as mine. Does she have child porn on her phone? Does she have pictures of naked 13-year-olds on her phone? Because she brought it up. I mentioned nothing about it. I mentioned the fact that when you go, if you type in GoFundMe and my name, her shit comes up saying that I'm a liar. That's what I posted on this morning. So how did it go from you're lying about my taxes to you don't have child porn on your phone? That's kind of a weird leap. I'm just saying, it's a weird leap. And it begs the question, do you have child porn on your phone? Are you sending out child porn on your phone? Because why would you just bring that up out of nowhere? Because I never said anything like that. Never. And no, we haven't emailed each other. I've never emailed you. You've never emailed me. Unless, of course, you're one of those fake ass accounts. But I don't think you're one of those fake ass accounts.
Oh, you can bet I'm not a fake ass account emailing you, David. You bet I'm not.
I think that's Gio and Daniel Dowd. And
I want to talk about David's house taxes for a second. Yesterday, I discovered something, like when I showed that David doesn't owe any houses on his taxes. That is true in a sense. Okay. I realized now that it doesn't show up. It's showing up that he doesn't owe house taxes on when you Google his name, or not Google his name, but you put his name in the search engine with the treasurer, right? And I'm planning on doing another video about this, but this came up today. But I'm just gonna say it. Expect the next video. But when you search it, it says that he owes 0 money and that he has a payment on April 1st. No. Yeah. April 1st for like $110. Maybe it might be April 4th, but I think it's April 1st. But here's the deal. You don't see it there. You go like a bit further and you see that there's another breakdown of like $2,100 that's owed by June. And then there's a final date on the 27th. So here's how that works. Here's what's going on. And this is how the Iowa law works. His government or the city has already paid his taxes that he did owe. They paid it and they have a deed on it right now. This is where he's at. This is what I didn't understand. I do now. And I'm going to call the treasurer's office just to make sure that this is actually really correct. Because I've had somebody else come to me and discover this. They go, no, this is how it is. All right. So on another part, they already have the deed, and he has until basically, I think it's March, to pay it, to get that money and pay that and get it back to where he owns the deed to his house, because it's already ready for auction, basically. He has that amount of time to get that deed to pay his house. Okay. And if he doesn't on that time, he has another 90 days grace period to do it. Okay. Then if you look at it, and I'll break this down again and show it to you. If you look at it farther, there's a, like a July 27th date. They allow him a 1-year grace period after that point to get out of his house because they own it. That's what that date is. So, look, I will make a video, and I just discovered this yesterday. I'm going to call the Iowa Treasurer Depart.org. I'm going to call his, I'm going to find out for sure that what I'm saying is correct. I'm giving you what I understand right now about it. But when I originally saw that first page, I thought, boom, that's all, he doesn't owe any taxes. It's zero. It looked like zero because of the fact that when you look at it, it looks paid because the city already bought it, or the the town, who's ever in charge, the town, the government, whatever, they've already paid it. So it looks like he doesn't owe a balance. But he's gone, it's in a farther type of situation. So, I will correct that, because if you get new information, you have to correct that information. And in a sense, I'm kind of correcting it right now because this whole tax stuff is coming up at right at this moment. I never really intentionally meant to sabotage him being able to pay his taxes with his GoFundMe. But I do think, in my opinion, and what I've seen and what I've witnessed, David is spreading lies, saying that I have child porn on my phone to get money. He accuses us of crimes that we've never committed in order to acquire money. See, he doesn't come on his channel and talk about, being a satanic ritual abuse survivor or educating people on what happened to him, or is a real advocate of saving any children. What he is doing is, and I really don't understand if it's like Thomas Schoenberger has weaponized a person who is basically mentally ill and knows how to manipulate them in order for him to do this to the people that he doesn't like, and that maybe is investigating or talking about him or revealing things about him in a certain way. Is this because, if you look at Denise too, she's not really all there, in my opinion. She can't come to terms with what happened to her daughter. She has to blame me for it. And I didn't even know her then. I've known Denise since 2022, 3 years, but somehow I'm responsible for her daughter's death and woven into a conspiracy. Now, either these people are openly and willingly to throw their family under the bus, or other people under the bus, use the death of their daughter or use his situation or whatever to, accuse other people of it. I mean, isn't David Shurter, the official record is that Isaac Cappy unalived himself, but David is going on and blaming a bunch of other people for it that have nothing to do with it. It's the same tactic. There is no, it's almost it's like a script, a blueprint of how these people behave on the internet.
Probably Thomas Schoenberger. And as far as Thomas Schoenberger goes, yes, I'm not fighting with him anymore. But that,
you think we're gonna buy this? Oh, I'm not with Thomas Schoenberger anymore. We're not fighting anymore. You know what? So what? You called him a pedo repeatedly, but now you're okay with him? Where is he not a pedo anymore, David? When you make up with somebody or somebody's useful to you to attack people, I mean, he is donating to you, right? He has been donating to you. You are gaining something from Thomas Schoenberger financially in the past and probably now. But now he's not a pedo anymore? I thought he was like neck and neck with Lucian Greaves. No more? Like the way you two, Becky, if you're still streaming, you guys just flip-flop between each other, make whatever alliance, whatever serves the story or you, right? Your stance. You're willing to make an alliance with somebody and make it okay. Is that how this works here with everybody? Oh, you're less a threat to me. Okay, we're pals now. I mean, I'm just curious.
That doesn't rearrange or change the history between us. He, along with Johnny Dub, who I believe is Doug Mesner, aka Lucian Greaves, and that Chris McGempsey Jones from Australia, spent a year and a half attacking me.
I mean, why was Blazin just ready to stream right when I went on? Like, it's an attack, right? I mean, like, what, are you guys upset about my interview with Adam Camacho or something? And then now you're gonna, this is your MO, doesn't matter. You're ready to attack me, do your little panel shows and laugh and all this kind of stuff. Is that the game here?
Tommy's showing.
Because it looks that way, Becky. It looks that way. You don't have a stance. You're not an advocate for cyberbullying on the internet. You are a participant. Your little interview on your station, I don't know what happened to you. Either you flat out lied and you're a red herring, or something happened to you and you became the perpetrator. Which is it, Becky? Huh?
Berger will tell you that he investigated me and knows every single thing about me. But a dude he's worked with for years, this Johnny Dub, who I do not believe his name is Brian Word, I believe that it's Lucian Greaves. He didn't look into him at all. Didn't investigate him at all. And as far as Thomas Schoenberger goes, it's quite telling that Michael Aquino even did an interview with him. It shows you what side he's on.
I'm just curious, Becky. You think it's funny about me being upset in the beginning of this video? Like, what if David said these things about you? What if David accused you of having child porn on your phone? How would you be emotionally? What would your words look like be on your channel? I guarantee it would be something like what I did. I guarantee it. Oh, wait, didn't you say in that newscast that you were bullied so much that you had to go to the hospital? Why would you do this kind of stuff to someone like me? You want me to go to the hospital, Becky? Is that it? Huh? What's your end game here with your buddy Liz? And Top Feed Coco and everybody. What's your end game? What's your goals? Why are you even bothering me? Why are you focused on me, Becky? I'm trying to ignore you, actually. Why are you hanging out with people that are with a profile that doxed and cyberstalked me and bullied me on the internet and used my face and my name, my legal name, as their profile name, which is cyberstalking? Why is that account hanging out with you? Why did you do the same thing on your last channel? Use my face and my name, and you put it in the title, and the title said disgusting, defamatory things. Why are you doing that, Becky?
Aquino would not just do an interview with some arbitrary person that he wasn't well aware of and knew that the guy wasn't going to ambush him. Just saying. That's the way Michael Aquino worked. He didn't give you an interview and didn't have a clue who you were. He wasn't like that. Any more than you are, Thomas. But that's beside the point. My point is, why did Tara Joyce come out with this whole, I've never sent out naked pictures of 13-year-olds before? Where the fuck did that come from? All three people that I spoke to in town this morning mentioned the same two words: guilty conscience. How the fuck would I know what is or isn't on your phone? You and I have never texted. I don't have your phone number. Whether or not you have mine, I have no clue. I know Daniel Dowd does. I know Thomas Schoenberger does. I know Geo does.
I know the account Anonanon had it.
But does Tara Joyce? I don't know.
I know Patrick has it. I know Denise has my phone number. I know I've been telephone harassed, threatened, text messages by strangers, which happen to have the same error code as you, David Shurter, 712. Explain that for me. Oh, you didn't when I question you.
Oh, she's never left me a message. Just saying. How the fuck would I know what's on your phone? I never said you had pictures of naked 13-year-olds.
You said I had pictures. You alluded that I might have pictures of naked 13-year-olds. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You didn't say it was on my phone. I never said it was on my phone. I just denied that you had no evidence of that. And why were you lying about it? That's what I posted last night, not this morning.
On your phone. You just said that this morning.
What's wrong, David? You're not getting the donations you should get for your house? That's exactly what's wrong, isn't it? You Googled it and you saw what my video come up underneath your GoFundMe and you're freaking out. Is that it? That you just admitted that in this video.
Came out of nowhere. It came out of the blue. Where the fuck did it come from? Again, I went and showed three people what I was talking about, and all three of them used the same words.
I would too. If I had a stranger come up to me and talk about how somebody might have, I'm sure you changed what I said to them because you're doing it right now. I'm sure you altered what I wrote to them, just like you're doing now, wrote on my profile, just like you're lying about what I actually wrote. Now, I have a record of what I wrote, David Shurter, which it is not in line with what you're saying. You're omitting certain information if you talk to these three people. Who gives a fuck about these three people? Who are they?
Guilty conscience. And then asked me, does she have child porn on her phone? I said, I don't know.
All three people asked the same question. I'm just curious. What
do you think? And they all said, well, it sounds like it. Yeah. It does sound like it. Why would you just pull something like that out of?
What? I mean, why the phone? Like you're just saying it's on my phone. You know what? Anybody could have pictures somewhere. You really think somebody that has those kind of pictures are just going to have it out in the open on their phone? In this day and age on the internet and AI and everything else, do you think I'm, even if I did, I'm just saying, you think people are that stupid to do something like that? That out of it? No. David, what you're saying about me is a lie and disgusting. And you know what? Even if you do owe taxes, I don't give a fuck what happens to you at this point. David, your house is not my problem.
Nowhere, out of thin air. Why would you do that? Because there's no evidence that I said anything. I didn't say anything like that. How the fuck would I know what's on your phone? I wouldn't. I never said you were sending out child porn pictures. Are you?
No, you didn't say that. That's right. And that's another thing that David said. You accused me. You said, I probably have dick depictions of 13-year-olds on my phone. You said, I probably have. You're insinuating that I have, like you're insinuating that I have child porn on my phone. You're not exactly saying she has. I know she has evidence. You're alluding to it. And some people can't discern the difference between that. So there's going to be someone looking at your channel, and you're going to be affecting my business and my livelihood and my ability to raise money on my channel. You see what's happening here? You're ruining my income, David. That allows me to take out a civil suit against you for harassment. David, you should think about that really fucking hard, because it's going to happen.
Involved with Jesse Davis and Paula Davis and their barely legal porn company? Yeah.
Barely Legal is owned by Larry Flint. This is the stupidest thing right now. So anybody can look it up instantly and find out.
You are. You've said that. They said that they're adults. They can do whatever the fuck they want. You guys have been pretty outspoken about it. But never once have I said that you have child porn on your phone. You just said that this morning.
No, I didn't say that this morning. No, you're accusing me. See, here's where this isn't speculation anymore. This is him actually accusing me of having, you said you had child porn on your phone. That is an accusation that is untrue, unprovable. It's not what I said. And I will see you in court for this, David. Trust me. I called your police department. I called your sheriff this morning. I updated them on what you did to me.
And you can attribute it to me all you want, but I didn't say anything. Again, how the fuck would I know what's on your phone?
You don't know what's on my phone, and I never said anything about my phone, David. Not a damn thing.
It begs the question, do you have child porn on your phone? Are you sending out pictures of naked 13-year-olds on your phone? Because from your post on YouTube this morning, it kind of sounds like you are.
It doesn't sound like I am. I was denying your accusation. It doesn't sound like I am, David. Maybe it sounds that way in your mind, and you want to convince people that that's what it is so that you keep your house and you pay your taxes. But it doesn't sound that way. And you will, this is not it. Trust me. Listen to me, everybody. This is the defining moment for me to go after David Shurter legally. This is the defining moment right here. I am done with this. This is not going to happen any longer.
Why would you do that? Why? As far as the taxes go, you're a liar. You're a liar. And let me just assure you, you ain't going to get my house for 20.
No, I'm not a liar. I just didn't understand how it works in your state. And we're going to do a correction on that. But you know what? Probably going to show you saying this about me too.
$200. Even if I can't pay that tax bill and they take my house, they're not going to give you my house for $2,200. They'll take my house and
I don't know. I might title it, David Shurter, is so desperate to pay his house taxes that he'll accuse me of having child porn on my phone. Isn't that a good title? And then I'll let them know that no, it's not. It didn't show up on the site. I wasn't lying. I was showing what I thought was true. you're a grown-ass man. How come you don't have that paid? Why don't you start sewing a little earlier? Maybe you should dump the grifting, like accusing people of like being pedos and what you make there. Maybe you should like stop that and actually start sewing. You could have been sewing a long time ago, David, but you're not. You could have made other income a long time ago. You are not so disabled that you can't go outside and work. I don't believe that. You're running around town. You say you have PTSD, but you're running around town asking strangers and asking their opinion about what I posted on my YouTube community page. That's not somebody who has, it doesn't sound like somebody who has PTSD and can't go out of the house or has agoraphobia. I mean, I don't know what your disability is, but I seriously doubt that you're getting $1,000 a month because of your disability is PTSD. That's all there is.
Sell it for what my house is worth. You aren't going to get my house for $2,200. And I'm not lying about those taxes. Anyone can go look. Anyone can go.
Not anyone can just go look. They gotta understand like what's really going on, which I'll help. I do understand now, but when you look, it looks like you don't have any taxes, David.
Look, there are a lot of people who talk to me, and there are people who talk to me every damn day who have kept abreast of all of this. Some anonymous motherfucker who doesn't live in Harlan thinking he knows everything about everybody in Harlan. I have more support than you think, dickhead. You know? Oh, I'm sure about that. Yeah. But again, as an anonymous motherfucker, and whether or not it comes down to it, what difference does it make? They're not the ones who basically said that Tara Joyce doesn't have naked 13-year-olds on her phone. Tara Joyce is. So even if you don't want to take those three people, you weren't one of those three. God, you're a dumbass. And I'm not fighting with an idiot. How do I know? Because all three people I spoke about are at work. They're not on YouTube in my chat. They're at work. But again, why would you just arbitrarily out of nowhere start screeching about the fact that you don't have pictures of naked 13-year-olds on your phone? I think it begs the fucking question, do you? That's the question it begs. Because why would you just pull that out of nowhere? And I never said anything like that, you know? Hey, Zoha. This child trafficking bullshit needs to be investigated.
Zoha. That sounds so Thomas to me for some reason.
It needs to be investigated. It does. And this morning, I had a come to Jesus time because I am stressed out about those taxes.
I guarantee you that what you're saying to me isn't a come to Jesus time for you, David. I guarantee it.
I am stressed out, not to mention that they are attacking me left and right.
That's like a come to Satan time, dude.
But I never said that Tara Joyce emailed me. Never.
You know, when you have to repeat something over and over again about that you didn't say it indicates you probably said it because you're doing extra hard to try to convince people that you didn't do it. David does a lot of that.
Well, this morning, if you look on YouTube and go to my blog, I mean, even if your Wi-Fi doesn't work, Tara Joyce is saying that I said that she had child porn on her phone, but I've never said she had child porn on her phone. How the fuck would I know what she...
I never said that until today, David. That is so freaking weird, right? He's already saying something that I'm streaming now. There is no... That's trippy. I go, wait a minute, am I time looping? Like, what the hell is happening here? I never said that I never denied this, that you said that until right now. Well, it's 10:39 a.m. January 27th on the West Coast. David, wow.
She has on her phone. Wouldn't I have to have that phone in my hand and look at it to be able to see that? You know?
Oh, did you get a text? Somebody send you a message, Thomas?
Oh, Jesus. And now the idiot is back with another fake ass account. Nobody. I have people in town who actually really do like me, who really do appreciate what I'm doing.
Were those the three people you talked to? I get, well, you know, if they agreed with him, I guess David has three people that like him.
Who believe in what I'm doing. And the child traffickers who come in all anonymous, like, they don't have a fucking clue what's going on in Harlan. You know? Well, there was no child porn on that thing, on that computer. They would have already said it. If they had anything on me, they would have already... If I had child porn on my computer now, they would have reported, because it's not like they don't come into my house, you know? And it's going to be pretty hard to investigate it.
It's kind of interesting that he's admitting that he had child porn on his computer. I'm sorry, he didn't say that. Wait, I twisted that. Oops, sorry. I really didn't mean it to come out that way. He's denying having child porn on his computer out of the blue. And then he's accusing me of denying that I had, you know, child porn on my phone, which I never said. But he is randomly coming out and denying something that he has on that he doesn't have on his computer. And nobody said that. Nobody asked that. Nobody assumed that. He is telling you that it wasn't on there. Isn't that interesting?
Investigate me. I don't give a shit. Subpoena my email. Subpoena my...
Maybe somebody said something in the chat.
My email, my phone records, my computer. Do whatever knocks your fucking hair back. You know?
Is that Thomas? Is that Thomas? Somebody is messaging him.
Well, none of it would be true. None of it is true. And I can show the fact that none of it is true. And that I've been bitching at the cops continuously, trying to get them. Because this morning, with the shit that Tara Joyce posted, go click on that link. I sent it right to the goddamn cops. I sent it to the fucking...
Yeah, I called your cops this morning, David. Uh-huh. Isn't that interesting?
Fucking cops. A bunch of fucking pedophiles. If I was a pedophile involved with criminal shit, would I have gone to Nebraska State Patrolman John Pankinen and forced him to take my DNA to compare it to the Ricky Chaddick case? Would I have written a book? Would I have done a blog? Would I do these videos? Would I do all of the stuff that I'm doing? What they continuously want to do is throw it back on me. This fucking pedophile group that's all connected to pedophilia. Jesse and Paula Davis, connected to pedophiles. Paula Davis's brother went to fucking jail for 47 years for fucking kids. Daniel Dowd has a mugshot for fucking a 4-year-old. All of this shit is out there.
What about me, David? Who, what, how am I associated to anything? Oh, wait. Okay, so I wrote a couple of adult films that were meant for adults. Is that it? That is it. I mean, where's any arrest around me or whatever? Like, where is it? None of that touches me, David. I'm telling you, you fucked with the wrong bitch, David. You fucked with the wrong bitch.
And I do fucking videos every goddamn day, it seems like, and I all send it to the cops. You know? I'm always sending it to the police. Neil knows where I am. He can come out, talk to me anytime he wants. Fuck, he has my email address. It's not like he hasn't group emailed us.
How'd you pay for that bottled whatever you're drinking, David? I thought you were broke. People that are supposed to be saving their dollars don't buy this. That's extra.
He knows where I am. This town is 4,000 people. Sheriff's Department is 8 blocks down the street. You know? No one's doing shit. Fuck Donald Trump being able to shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. And
Okay, now we're going to talk about Donald Trump. Let's go a little bit farther. What's got going on here? I haven't watched the whole thing.
And undefeated and untouchable. That's the whole reason why he can go on about how
Okay, now, so, and here, this is another thing that these guys do. Denise does it. He does it. It's a tactic. They'll go off on a tangent to something's happening like actually real in politics or whatever. They'll give their opinion about it and they'll relate, and then they'll circle back to the target.
how he's protected because of Kash Patel. And they'll burn the world down so they don't.
Okay, and you know, the destruction of the world.
They found out that they'd bust me because they break into my house continually.
And they're breaking into his house. He says this almost every video. Took my laptop, gave peanut butter to my dogs.
I'm not saying she does or not.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Let's
Would she
go.
just bring it out?
Okay.
Constantly. Why would I be doing illegal shit in my house knowing if they found out that they'd bust me? Because they break into my house continuously anytime they want. Fuck a week.
Why are you talking about you doing illegal shit in your house because they bust me? There couldn't be any way I'd be doing illegal shit. Why are you bringing that up, David? Nobody, no, like, no, this, why are you defending something about something that we haven't even thought about yet? Are you doing illegal shit in your house? See? Did I just spin it the same way on you? Or am I actually really showing evidence questioning why you're doing that? See, that's the difference between you and me, David.
2 weeks ago, last Saturday, they put one of my dogs out in the freezing cold without water. If I would have been gone all day, my dog would have either frozen.
And what's up with this dog? Like, did he not forget to left his dog out with no water, and then caught himself, and then blamed it on his neighbor? Like, do you need to be checked for dementia at this point, David? Are you slipping?
Or had no water outside in the cold all day. That's the shit that they do. That's the shit that they do.
No, that might be the shit that you do. That might be the shit that you do, David.
And they're constantly accusing me of all kinds of stuff. Tara Joyce this morning just posted that I said she had child porn on her phone. How the fuck would I know what's on her phone? How would I know that?
I didn't post that. I proved that earlier today. If you want to look at it, look at my timeline on my YouTube community page. It's time-stamped everything.
I wouldn't. And she knows that. But it begs the question, if she would know that, why would she just bring it out?
So you're accusing me of what you just did right now, defending yourself about stuff that we're not even thinking about. I never said that, David. So you're basically you're accusing me of how you think and speculating how you think of what maybe you do.
Oh my God. Sewer Town is all in here. Thinking that they're stupid.
It wasn't me. I was sleeping, David. And I
bullshit.
woke up to this shit.
Actually is making a difference. This child trafficking thing needs to be investigated. It needs to be investigated. And the fact that Tara Joyce just pulled out the fact that she doesn't have fucking child porn on her phone out of nowhere begs the question.
No, I didn't say that. And I didn't pull it out of nowhere.
She have child porn on her phone? I'm not saying she does or not. I wouldn't know. But the fact that she just pulled it out of nowhere begs the question. And she can't say that I said anything about it because I haven't said anything like that.
Yeah, and I just showed in this video that you did. And I showed what I posted. So
all I said was she's lying about my taxes, and it's pretty easy to prove.
No, that is not all you said. That is not all you said. That is a lie. You said a lot more than that, David.
She's lying about my taxes. And if she'll lie about that, what else is she lying about? You know? It's pretty easy to prove. Just like when I said that Mike Butler got busted for fucking child porn.
Let's see. Where are we at here?
With them murdering Owen. She's a sociopath. That Chris has medical records of what happened when I was 13. There are no medical records when I was 13.
There's this number of 13.
But what it effectively did was she put a bullseye on her son's back. You don't have to look at all those YouTube videos that they posted that were live. But I know. Obviously, I wouldn't. Don't you have to have the phone in your hand to actually see what's on that phone? Talk about a vindictive bitch.
Oh, there we go.
Live. Daniel Dowd posted all those videos as Pootie Twang on live, sent them all to me. My friend, they were together for 20 years. And she's a vindictive cunt. She would be okay with them murdering Owen because she was mad that Owen and I were friends. So she'd be fine with them murdering Owen. She's a sociopath. And that's why I think if investigators want to know if Daniel Dowd and Geo Farnsworth came into my town, you don't have to look at all those YouTube videos that they posted that were live. Daniel Dowd posted all those videos as Pootie Twang on live, sent them all to me. Tara Joyce just wants me to be homeless. That's what she wants. Because then when people ask me, where does
I don't wish you homelessness, David, but I don't give a fuck if you become homeless. There's a difference.
she even live? I said California. They were like, oh, she's going to move to she's going to move to Harlan, is she? No, she's not.
Okay, here we go.
She's not.
Let's go. Wait.
Where does she even live? I said California. They were like, oh, she's going to move to she's going to.
All right, you're doxing me. You're saying that I have child porn on my phone. I mean, you're speculating it. You're saying that I'm, you're theorizing it, and then you're telling people on your channel the state I live in. Like what they're asking you, like you're doing this on purpose, David. You're doxing me. You're putting, when I talk about like how is there a threat to someone like me that I have a target on my back because of David, is because of that. Because of that, he's making a point. Not only is he saying that I'm a pedo with child porn on my phone, he's also telling people where I live at, and people don't like pedos. They may become. There's been vigilante situations that have mainstream articles about it, about people taking the law in their own hands against people that they believe are pedophiles and trafficking children. There are court cases right now that have already happened, and people arrested for doing this. And David is saying where I live at.
She's going to move to Harlan, is she? No, she's not.
I would never move to Harlan, David. I would never live in Iowa. I am a California girl through and through, and I'm proud of it. California rocks, in my opinion.
She's not. Talk about a vindictive bitch.
And that's reportable to YouTube. Thank you very much, David.
And now Gio is in here with yet another, or Daniel Dowd is in, because they're in here, again.
See, I can call myself a bitch, but I'm not. I can't call other people a bitch, and have it not be considered harassment. It's really that fine of a line, really. I can say you fucked with the wrong bitch, meaning me. Or it could be an obscure person that's not named, and therefore it doesn't belong to anybody. But you calling me a vindictive bitch on your YouTube channel violates YouTube's community guidelines.
You just have to go see what Tara Joyce posted this morning. She's the one who brought up the fact that she doesn't have child porn pictures on her phone. Well, how the fuck would I know what's on her phone? How would I know? Obviously, I wouldn't.
I never said this. That's not what the post says, David. You're lying right now.
Don't you have to have the phone in your hand to actually see what's on that phone? She always mentions my tax records and my house. All you have to do is type in GoFundMe David Shurter and her shit comes up. That's all.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yep, I know how to do that. That's right.
You can go click on those links that I posted in the description. I showed a screenshot. I circled it.
I wonder if they type in puppy, if they put puppy, in David Shurter, what's going to come up, David? What do you think? Huh? What do you think?
But they're going to defend Tara Joyce because they're all involved with this child trafficking bullshit. They're all involved with this child trafficking bullshit, and they don't want anyone to fucking look at them. They want to make it all about me. Fine, investigate me. Subpoena everything. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Subpoena everything. Shit, I'll bring this shit in.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Subpoena everything. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. They're going to search me, and I'm going to come out with the cleanest record out of probably a lot of people. I have a spotless record. I've worked for the government. I worked as a census worker. I had to have my fingers printed when I tutored at Fresno City College. I've had jobs where I had to be fingerprinted and looked into over and over and over again. And I have an absolutely clean record, David Shurter. Not an arrest, not nothing. I've been charged with nothing. But you have restraining orders. I never had a restraining order. And the copyright thing, Patrick, just because you filed a CBB, they haven't accepted it yet. And I got my counter notice. I'll see you in court. So don't be acting and making accusations about that I'm a content thief and this stuff, because you haven't won shit in court, Patrick.
All Neil has to do is call me. That's all he has to do.
Here's the thing with, Becky sharing that and Denise sharing that, all that kind of stuff, that copyright stuff, whatever. I think that you, by the way, when you listen to that video again, you're talking about how you're going to drain Jesse Davis over and over and over again, Patrick, which is exactly what you're doing to me by the bogus copyright strike. You're wasting my time and you're draining me. And in that clip, when they listen to it, they're going to hear you say that. They're going to hear that maybe you were motivated to play games with the copyright strike. I'm just saying, the clip identifies you screaming and yelling with Liz and Becky and Jesse. Oh, yes, it does.
I'm more than willing to help investigators. I've tried to get that dickhead to help me for years. For years. I stayed in Shelby County even after he lied about the Erling, Iowa gas station explosion because I trusted Neil and thought he was...
And one more thing for Nasty Troll Media. You lied in your filing with the CBB, the Copyright Board. You lied because you said that I re-uploaded that video to other platforms and I monetized it. And that's a lie. You said I re-uploaded the one that YouTube removed because of our dispute, which after I win will be reinstated. You lied and said it was on other platforms. It's not. A re-recorded version, I did another version of it on YouTube where I talked about the copyright strike, and then I replayed the audio version of what you said that did not show the graphic of your cat. That's on YouTube, and that's on Rumble. It is not copyright if your cat doesn't show. You lied in your response to YouTube as well. And you know what? It says on YouTube, do not show false documents or make false claims, or you're subject to having your channel terminated. And that's what you've done.
Helping me. Boy, was I duped. I was an idiot. I was stupid.
Now I bet Patrick will trigger post about how my channel is going down, or he likes to post things about how I'm demonetized. I'm not demonetized, Patrick. Is that a goal for you? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me while we have a copyright dispute on YouTube? I think so. Maybe the board might need to see that screenshot.
I am not.
It's about harassing me with it than it is about what the lie that it never happened. But you're using you, Becky and Denise and whomever, you're using that as a defamation campaign against me. It's about the defamation. It's not about the copyright strike, really, is it, Patrick? You've exploited it. You're exploiting it, and Becky is doing it with you.
Often I am not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Not. You're not sharp at all in the shed. Okay.
in here. They're all in here. And I'm taking screenshots of everything and then I'm just blocking. Michael Aquino is involved with a lot of child porn on her phone. Who is she sharing? Yeah. Every time I ban them, because they're all in here. Tara Joyce is in here watching this. Probably just
No, I wasn't in here. I wasn't there watching you, David. I was sleeping. I woke up to this, David. I don't sometimes I ignore you because you are a buzzkill to my day. Like right now, you're a fucking buzzkill to me.
stewing. Just stewing. Dude, I never said you had child.
I'm not stewing. I'm fucking outraged. There's a difference.
Porn on your phone. You're the one who brought it up.
No, never brought it up. Not out of the blue. Never said it.
Nowhere. Because you brought it up out of nowhere makes me wonder. And she brings it up, but she associates it with me. I don't have child porn on my phone, and David Shurter is the one who brought it up, but I didn't bring it up. How the fuck would I know anything about that? It seems like you're trying to get ahead of things and blame it off on me, but how the fuck would I know if you have child porn? I just know you're involved with a bunch of pedophiles. I know you're involved with a lot of nefarious bullshit. So now, because of what you posted this morning on YouTube, now I'm wondering, do you have child porn on your phone? Are you disseminating child porn on your phone? For authorities, she lives in Fresno, California. She says that shit herself.
There. He just doxed me. He told people I live in the city and the state. He just doxed me and accused me of having pornography on my phone. And you don't think that puts me in danger? Why even say where I live? Why?
If I was an investigator, I'd want to know if she has child porn on her phone. And if she has child porn on her phone, who is she sharing that child porn with? Because it came out of nowhere. I never said I wouldn't know.
It did not come out of nowhere. You accused me, or you speculated that I had naked pictures of 13-year-olds in your last video, which I just showed on this video.
What's on her phone?
The word phone did not play a part of what I wrote.
I haven't been to Fresno since I was with my other half.
Again, I haven't been to the city I live in. I haven't been to the city I live in. Why are you bringing this up, David?
And I didn't hook up with Tara Joyce when we were there. Fuck, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I wasn't there 20 years ago. I lived in LA. It's where I grew up at, David. I've lived more away from Fresno than I lived in Fresno. I just happen to be there now.
I've been divorced for almost 14, I think. My other half's uncle lived.
20 years ago was 2006. I was touring as a comedian after being on Last Comic Standing. I was in LA, David. I was also a marijuana activist.
Lives in Fresno.
Lives in Fresno.
And we went and visited them. His factory makes the best damn sourdough bread I've ever eaten. We would get up in the morning and go to the factory. But before we went to the factory, we would stop at the grocery store.
I have no idea what factory he's talking about. That's how long I've been away from this town.
And buy a thing of butter. Because his uncle was letting us just pull sourdough off hot. It was freaking delicious.
So you're gonna contact his uncle about me or something? I mean, what are you alluding to here?
Ate so much sourdough bread
You know people here. You know people in Fresno. Is that what you're saying?
week that we were in Fresno. Oh my God, it was nice.
The week we were in Fresno. Mm-hmm.
Not everything with my ex was bad. It wasn't. You know?
Oh, you had a good time in Fresno.
I just think that
Memories in Fresno. Fresno memories. You ever heard this phrase, David? You ever heard this? You don't fuck with Fresno. You don't fuck with Fresno. Yeah, that's a saying here. You don't fuck with Fresno, David. You don't fuck with Fresno. Do you understand that? You don't fuck with Fresno, David.
I think people should find out. I think it should be investigated. If you pull up the fact that you don't have child porn on your phone out of nowhere, where did that come from? Where did the idea even come from? And again, the three people that I just talked to 3 people today, and they all had the same question. Sounds like guilty conscience. That's what I thought.
No, David. No.
That's what I thought. There's a lot of people in town who support me, you know?
Oh, now he's got bandwagon, logical fallacy argument. I got a lot of people in town that support me. I actually got more than 3 people I questioned today.
And now Geo or Daniel Dowd is back in here. So I just take a picture. Because these dumbasses who don't live in Harlan know everything about Harlan and everybody who's in Harlan. They know that. They're just fucking dumbasses. They're a bunch of goddamn child traffickers who are involved with criminal behavior, who actually take out. They were afraid Isaac Cappy was going to expose them, so they murdered Isaac Cappy. Because Isaac Cappy was trying to expose them. And they murdered Isaac Cappy. And the same group that's after me, I call the Dead Isaac Cappy Club, because they're all involved with, they want everyone to hear what they have to say about Isaac Cappy. Corey Daniel. Let me go through the list again before I end this. Mike Lucchino, Gabe Hoffman, Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, his little friend Kara, you know, Corey Daniel, aka Phoenix Enigma, the one who's completely behind all of Isaac Cappy. Alicia Ray, his wife, who used to be Isaac Cappy's ex-girlfriend, who says she was the last person who talked to him, but she wasn't. Craig Sawyer was. He's involved with this as well. Brett Trimble is also involved with Sewertown. He's the one who set everything up that happened with Isaac Cappy and how it got covered up. Brett Trimble was all involved with it. Then you have Jesse and Paula Davis, head of Sewertown. All kinds of pornographic fucking businesses. They run, Paula Davis runs the barely legal porn production that Tara Joyce is involved with. So is Tara Joyce finding pictures of naked kids and sending them to Jesse and Paula Davis? I don't know, but I think it needs to be looked at. Then you have Daniel Dowd and Geo Farnsworth. Daniel Dowd is Pootie Twang. He has a mugshot for fucking a 4-year-old. Lives in his mom's basement. Geo Farnsworth, who's the one who keeps coming in here with all of the fake ass accounts. He just sets up another account and comes back in because they're obsessed. If you want to ask, fuck, I'd go to Thomas Schoenberger. He knows more about all these people than anybody. I've never met.
Is that right? Is that right? Thomas Schoenberger knows more about these people than anybody. Well, just go ask Thomas Schoenberger. Just go ask.
anybody on the planet who knows more about all the child traffickers than he does.
Yeah, because
And yet he'll tell you there's no child.
let me give you a clue, David. Just a second. He makes it up, David. He makes it up. He knows what he makes up.
Child trafficking at all. You know? Thank you, Zoha. I'm going to get off here too. I've been on here.
Didn't you already get off? You got off, right? By doing this, right? Does this get you off, David?
Long enough. I'm going to send this video to the cops. Neil, you know where I live. You want to come look at?
Yeah, send it to your cops. I really hope you send this video to your cops. David, please send it to them. They know me. Your sheriff's department knows me. They know me. They know where I live. They know what's going on. Just give it to them. Huh? Just go ahead. Give it to him.
My computer, come on by. You want to check out my phone? Come on by. You know my phone number.
Why are you saying people? Why are you like saying you want to check out my phone? Come on by. You want to check out my computer? Come on by. But like I thought you were talking about my phone. Now you're saying come look at me. Yeah. Okay. Here, I got my phone. Matter of fact, I got the new iPhone. I just got a new one, iPhone 17 Pro Max, because I'm a content provider and a podcaster and a journalist, David. I wanted the 2 terabyte. I'll let them show. I'll give my records over to the FBI. I'll give my records over to your sheriff's department. I'll let them search my phone. I'll let anybody look at my phone. I don't have one naked picture in there, not even one of me. All right, David? Nobody's nude in my phone, not even myself.
My email address. You know my address. I'm only 6 blocks away from you. Come on over, you know?
But you know what? When they do search my phone, they will see screenshot after screenshot after screenshot of what you guys have done to me, because my evidence of what you've done and the things that you've done to me on the internet over the last 3 years is on my phone. So they're going to see your filth that you said about me, David Shurter, on my phone. There's a lot of it on there. A lot. There's a lot of evidence on my phone of what you've done to me, David. So yeah, I would be more than willing to turn my phone over to the authorities.
And now he's into another thing. What happened when I was 13 happened 49 years ago. And the only reason why they're bringing it up.
And let me say this, Mr. Moran. Your pictures and screenshots is evidence that I would use in a court case or a restraining order against you of what you're doing to me online in terms of cyberbullying and doxing me with Thomas Schellenberger. That's on my phone too. And there is no copyright law when I'm showing stuff over as evidence, like the evidence I turned into the Fresno State Police Department about the threat that I got about somebody meeting me on campus, and other profiles saying the same thing associated to your nasty troll media account. You don't copyright strike people for evidence that you give to the police. Just saying.
And there was all kinds of criminal shit behind them. So a bunch of fucking child traffickers are trying to actually cover up what they're doing right now, today, by trying to discredit me with what happened when I was a 13-year-old child 49 fucking years ago. 49 years ago, that all stuff. And I was having a psychotic break. Shit, I was 13. The week after I turned 14, I ended up in a mental institution for 5 months because of all the stuff that was going on. But they don't bring anything like that up. But they want to use that to discredit me so nobody looks at their fucking...
Wow! Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on.
The week after I turned 14, I ended up in a mental institution for 5 months because of all the stuff that was going on. But they don't bring anything like that up, but they want to use that to discredit me so nobody looks at their fucking child trafficking operation that's happening right now, that they're involved with right now today, that they're doing right now. They want you to focus on me 49 years ago. And Neil, I'm sending this shit to you. You have my phone number. You have my email address. You know where I fucking live. Come on by. Come on by. You're more than welcome. Would love to have a conversation with you. But I'll be bringing people from in town so they can be there as well. Because it's not just going to be between you and I. I know better. Been there, done that, ain't going to do it again. There are people in town who are on top of your ass who know. And I'll be bringing them by. And I bet you can guess who a few of those people are. But you know where I am. You know where I am. And again, they're all in here. They're all in here. They're all in here. Because again, what happened 49 fucking years ago is so much more important to them than the child trafficking bullshit they're involved with right now. This shit needs to be investigated. It needs to be investigated. It needs to be looked at. They need to be investigated. And does Tara Joyce have child porn on her phone? I don't know, but she pulled the shit out of nowhere. So my wonder is, does she? Does she? Inquiring minds would love to know.
Okay, so yeah, David. I didn't pull it out of nowhere. I was responding to something that you said to me. Oh my God. So there's responses in the chat. I want to acknowledge. Yeah, Griff Patrol says he talked to a guy at the gas station, a guy at the sex toy shop. ? That's funny. Lord of Darkness. Angela Pavlov's Corn Dog. Yes. Blazing Scar. LARP and Glamour. NF True Crime. Schellenberger's Cat. Star 33 James. That's a real audience with no trolls. Becky. Oh, is that who showed up? Yeah, I know Angela Pavlov's Corn Dog. We go back, don't we, Angela? Yeah, I got you blocked. There you are, over there with Blazin'. Oh, thank you. I must have said something funny. Thanks. It's good to know. Here he goes. He'll blame me. Oh, I'm good to see you here, Baba Yaga Waffen. I accidentally timed you out on the other show. So, and I was pretty sure I didn't have you blocked. The laptop, what was supposedly stolen from his basement on a top shelf, but nothing else was touched, per his sheriff, was in a briefcase, he claims. AI Griff Patrol says, didn't he admit to molesting a toddler and burning him alive? Yes. Well, he admitted to molesting an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. And then he said that he had burned a man alive in a satanic ritual. That's I believe that's how it goes. In his defense, he's drinking his own piss. This is AI Griff Patrol. Seren says, but Dave, you might be moving soon. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing about that, but you know, your phone can be hacked and that allows people to see what's on the phone. Okay, so So here, and thank you guys for showing up. This was really, I ended up calming down a little bit. I actually took I have a medicine. I call it medicine. It's a tablet that's Blue Dream cannabis, and as you can see, even like midway point, I know that there was the shift in me where I calmed down and I was able to think a little bit more logically, and I wasn't working with emotions in doing this particular podcast. I'm drinking mushroom coffee, no dose, and like you need that information, but it was, I guess you do, because it really, like, my anxiety when I woke up this morning and I saw, like, first I noticed Lord of Darkness, was streaming on Albus Lepus, or, and I was like, oh, and then I realized David Shurter is accusing me of, like, no, wait. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, I went to David's stream, literally not even, and I'm not a good waker upper. Like, I don't just pop out of bed and I'm like, ooh, ready to go, right? But I look at David and the first thing I hear is him accusing me of saying that I had child pornography on my phone. And it just put me in in a state of panic, not because I'm guilty, but because I'm getting accused of something like that. And then I'm watching Daniel's stream, and he's further along and he's talking about me being in Fresno and everything, and repeating it. And now I've watched it. Now I can see how much of that actually was really, how much he expounded on even going to Fresno. And so before I did my stream today and re-looked at things, and I went and I wanted to get that clip, of him, of what incidentally happened. And I'm going to show that clip one last time here of why I posted what I posted about saying I never had any naked pictures of 13-year-olds, because he accused me or insinuated, that's the word, that I might have that. And then it was this morning. So yeah, I called the sheriff's department, David, your sheriff, before I did this show. They know me. They know what's going on. I've been keeping them abreast on things. And I said what you said on your video. I said I was beyond, I couldn't even believe it. I was shocked. And then I was outrageous. And I said, you also said where I lived at. He doxed me. I said, you doxed me. Not only did you say that I had child pornography on my phone in my possession, but you doxed where I lived at. And that was putting me in danger. Yeah. I already called your sheriff, David. And I'm probably not, maybe I will just show that clip one more time. But I feel like let's go back. This is what I was responding to, what he said yesterday on my timeline. You can go look at my YouTube community page. I'm not taking down what I wrote. You'll see the timestamp that it happened last night, not this morning. And let me play it one more time.
Doesn't give a shit. I don't think she even realizes how weird she.
Go back.
And they're just trying to use it to distract from me calling them out for being involved in a child trafficking operation. And obviously, she'll use dick pictures of 13-year-olds. She doesn't give a shit. I don't think she even realizes how.
She'll use dick depictions of 13-year-olds. That's what I was responding to. I said I never had any naked photos of 13-year-olds. And you said this morning that I was denying it being on my phone. There was never a mention of a phone, David. There was never mention of a phone. I was responding to you, and you're telling people, and you're saying that I just came up with it out of the blue. Well, You know what, David, because you doxed me, because I called your sheriff this morning, because you distracted my life this morning, because you've been doing this to me and other people, but we're talking about you and I right now. You've been on this really hard defamation, verbal assault. You say awful things about the way I look, but what I do, what I've done for a living. You spread lies. I have a business. My YouTube channel is part of my business. I'm part of what I do as a journalist. Let me tell you something, David. I will legally prosecute you and I will see you in court. And let me tell you something. You don't fuck with Fresno.
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game, sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole.